Good evening, Mayor, Council. I'm Andre Carrier for Eureka Casinos.
Andre, before you begin, Council, they were supposed to have something agendized. It did not get agendized. It's on the ATV festival that they have coming up. Is it okay if they go over on the 3-minute? I just want to make sure we're okay.
I promise to keep it under an hour. Perfect. No, we'll go quick. I just wanted to provide the council and for kind of the general benefits, reveal what we've been working on now for almost, let's see, 10 months, and that's Mesquite Off-Road Weekend. I should get the clicker for the presentation. There it is. Okay. So the first thing I'd say is this idea grew entirely out of the focus groups we did with about 90 members from the community last spring. One of the things that came forward is a compelling thing that they like about Mesquite. That was the question. What do they really like about Mesquite? So many of them said, I like the ability to access ATV trails. I like to ride off-road. It's one of the reasons I moved here. That they said, geez, I'd like to see two things. I'd like to see us do an event that celebrates this, and I'd like to see it to be used to market the destination as a place to live, because we feel like there's other people like us. And if they knew all the trails that existed and what a trailhead Mesquite was with our favorable weather conditions, it would be a real attraction. So we bring you Mesquite Off-Road Weekend after 10 months of working with local people in the community. The elements of the event, there are 5 guided trail rides, predominantly on BLM public lands. They'll be headed with professional tour operators. We should be able to effect over 300 different tours over the course of the 2 days. We'll have enduro cross racing. It's the first time the format's being brought to this area. The format's becoming more and more popular. There's a fairly big series in Utah. This will be the first race of the enduro cross season. We're going to attempt a Guinness Book of World Records jump on a side-by-side ATV. That's one of the features of Friday night's activity. For more details, talk to crazy people. We're gonna have a redneck rodeo as part of the entertainment. This was done at the National Finals Rodeo about a month ago, and I just don't have enough time to explain what a redneck rodeo is, but use your imagination. There's adventure courses. Those are for people who have beautiful ATVs apparently and want to take them out on a course and ruin them, and we will provide that service for them. There's going to be a pretty large retail area. We're kind of reconfiguring our footprint at the Eureka to provide areas not only for national vendors like Polaris and Arctic Cat, but we're actually doing kind of a more general retail plan. I think we've got some watchmakers and clothers, and should be a pretty good festival grounds. And finally, we will feature a show from Nitro Circus. If you don't know what Nitro Circus is, go to YouTube and enter Nitro Circus, because I don't know that I can do it justice to explain what it is. This is how we configure the campus for this event. We are effectively taking what we call our Red Mesa and converting it into the festival grounds. We'll actually have the enduro cross races on and off of that tabletop Red Mesa. The area, kind of the central basin to that area, will be converted into the arena, so to speak, for the Nitro Circus show. We'll actually be attempting the world record jump right along Oasis. In order to facilitate all of the toy haulers and RVs that come along with this event, we'll be using our land on the other side on Oasis and Pioneer and converting that into a temporary space for parking the toy haulers and the RVs. There's so much going on. What we'd love to say is that hopefully this is an event that has enough momentum this year that we have something that we can build on for years to come. The trail rides, you can go to our website, mesquiteoffroad.com, and get the details, but here's a list of all the different trail rides. Some of them are ATV and UTV exclusive, others are open to Jeeps and other off-road vehicles. Why is this so attractive? Well, frankly, if you live in a cold part of the world and you like to ride your ATV, you're kind of out of luck until springtime. So what Mesquite's going to be able to provide is not only a fantastic trails network, but the right weather for you to kind of come out from Wyoming, Montana, and Utah and be able to get in a good ride in the middle of winter. And that's why we think, from our research, this could really give us a sustainable event. Most importantly, I think it could bring a lot of first-time visitors to Mesquite, and those new eyeballs, as we all know, hopefully turn into repeat visitors, but also long-term residents. So we're hopeful. What's Endurocross? Endurocross is a mixture between motocross and basically long trail riding. Again, if you want to learn more about this sport, you can go to the website and link off and look at videos. But what it does is it allows us to create a course with multiple obstacles so they actually ride at manageable speeds. The obstacles are so intense in such a compressed area that they can't accelerate and stay on their bikes effectively. So it's something to watch, and I'll try to show you a little bit about it at the end. And finally, Nitro Circus. Nitro Circus is a phenomenon for all intents and purposes. Started off as a TV show, and since their movie run, I think they've spent the majority of their time, I think they were in 30 cities across the world in the last 12 months. They played audiences as large as 30,000, some larger. Right now, Mesquite is the only scheduled U.S. performance for Nitro Circus in the United States. So we expect that we should get a pretty big, pretty good outpouring of support to see the event here in February. We're going to do the world record attempt on Friday night, and the Beyond Pro exhibition from Nitro Circus will happen on Saturday night. This is where I kind of do my community outreach. If we can bring the bodies, we should be able to have a pretty good retail area. This is kind of how I want to activate the remainder of the community and local businesses to fill those vendor spots. To the extent that we as a resort community aren't even fulfilling the food portion of the concessions on the event site. So people who are local restaurants who want to do the food concessions, we're offering booth space starting at $100. So if you want to be the one to sell the hot dogs and popcorn, this is your opportunity. Be it for your charity or be it for profit, these are the opportunities. Other local businesses, geez, if you make Christmas ornaments and you want to come out and sell them, hopefully we're going to provide the bodies so there's people out there to buy them. And I hope that we reach a broad audience of the community in getting this activated. And oh yeah, if you are interested in this and you're in this audience or hear this message, you can see Ashley Marks or Kathy Lee. Most people are familiar with how to get a hold of them. So there is my nutshell of Mesquite Off-Road Weekend. And if you want to see what it looks like, I think I'm going to try to press play, but you may have to. And this will give you, if you click on the video, it should load, or I'm just wrong. There it is. I present Off-Road Weekend. We got audio? Because if not, I could sing. All right. There you go. There's a guy in a wheelchair on a vert ramp who doesn't want to see this. My final comment is this is not the resort community's event. This event would have not been conceptualized. This event would have not exist were it not for the impassioned efforts of local folks in the community. this event would not have reached the ability to be kind of structured and formed were it not for the expertise of people in this community. This is not our event. This is the community's event. And as someone who, between Frank Todry and myself, chaired the River Run for over a decade, we know how important marquee events can be to bringing new eyeballs to a community. I want you to know we're going to work like crazy and with your support to make this a marquee event for Mesquite and bring a lot of new visitors and hopefully they turn into long-term residents. With that, I'll answer any specific questions or I'll give up my time. Thank you all. Happy New Year.
Great.